welcome back to the episode 9 of Restart Diaries. It's right now 5:20 and I'm still in office. I should get out by now, but I just had some emails that I needed to reply before this weekend's and was just sitting here. I actually got some extra bagels. Our company kind of gives out free bagels once a week or twice a week. I don't know. But today was the free bagels one, and one or two bagels were left out in the back when I saw in the evening, and I just got one plain bagel with some jalapeno cream cheese. So let's have this. Let's go home, and I'll see you there.
Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel.
Hi, Amma. Yo. Back from office. It's currently 5:45 p.m. I recently ordered some 3D printing filaments, the PLA and PETG, 4 different types of filaments. I think it was red, ash, white, and then one radium green, which actually glows at night. And the reason I did that was in our office we recently procured a really good 3D printer, and most of the times it's used for prototyping any of our office projects. And sometimes when we don't use that 3D printer in after hours, what I do is I change the filament to my personal filament and I start to print some desk accessories. For instance, this part, this is an AirPods holder. I printed this one using my office printer, but of course I use my personal filament. I also printed this I don't know if you can see, but the laptop stand, and the reason I did that was my laptop was overheating when I was editing the videos. That was because the base was always on the table, and then there was not enough atmosphere for the heat to dissipate out of the laptop. So I kind of printed it in a way where my laptop kind of sits elevated, so that there is always enough air going from the back for the heat to dissipate and maintain some good temperature. That's still not working. I need to get a new laptop. This laptop is almost, I think, 5 years old now, because I purchased this laptop back in 2021 for 4 years, I would say 4.5 years, when I joined in masters back at Clemson University. But I think it's time to change, because whenever I'm trying to edit, most of the times it's crashing. But if it doesn't crash and if it stays in with the edit, what happens is the temperature of laptop goes up and then it just shuts down by itself, because the certain service temperature of the laptop has reached its higher end. Anyways, buying a laptop is a whole different thing. I am actually planning to get a MacBook Pro M4 chip with really high specs. I did not do enough research to kind of commit to one particular laptop, and it's on expensive side. It's almost like $3,000 the one which I want, because I strongly believe if I'm making a purchase right now, I want it to last at least for next 5 or 6 years without any effort. And the reason I'm choosing MacBook this time is, switching from Windows, is because the Windows laptop, whenever you're using it for high computational power, it always needs to be plugged in, charged in. And I did not want that. And MacBook Pro actually performs well even when you don't plug it in. Of course, when you plug it in, the rendering time for videos or for any CAD models or for any simulations is reduced drastically. But when I'm traveling, let's say, when I'm traveling to different state or different country, I don't want to restrict myself to charge and edit the videos. I'd rather edit the videos when I'm on commute or when I'm flying or when I'm traveling, for instance. But anyways, coming back to the 3D printing, as you saw in the clip, I'm actually printing one YouTube poster of me achieving 5,000 subscribers and my name on it. Along with that, couple of other accessories. I'm also printing one 3D printed stand that can hold my joystick and my TV remote on it. I have an Xbox 360, and so that Xbox 360's joystick kind of sits on it. And then I'm also printing other TV remote stand, I would say. It's basically an L-shaped pocket in which the remote goes and sits into it. And I was kind of looking into this Bamboo store, which is a famous 3D printer maker. They actually have Black Friday sale, and one of the 3D printers, one of the really small 3D printers, which can be obviously used for household applications, is just $199. So I'm wondering if I should get this, or I don't know. I haven't made the decision yet, but there are a couple of 3D printers which are actually less than $200, and which is something in the price range where I could afford. But I'm just concerned about the print quality, and by print quality what I mean is, you see how the finish of this is so good. What happens is, when you compromise on the printer quality, or the layers, or sometimes even the orientation you print on, let's say if you're printing it this way, the filament actually goes in this direction, and if you're printing it this way, the filament layers goes in this direction. As you go higher step in purchasing 3D printers, the print quality gets finer, because the extruder which pours out the filament, the nozzle is thinner and thinner in the better 3D printers. So I just don't know, I haven't done enough research to buy one particular 3D printer under $200, because there are like 3 or 4 different companies which actually have 3D printing household machines which are under $200. So I might get one. And also this Bamboo Labs has launched a specific segment in their software where you upload your picture and then it renders out a 3D model of your face. It's not like 100% accurate, but I saw a video of Abraham Lincoln's photo being turned into a small miniature statue, which was really cool. I could use that to gift my friends or family whenever there's an occasion. I mean, the reason I'm kind of interested in 3D printers is that I worked on these 3D printers for almost like 6 to 8 months back in India. My first paid internship was in a company called Garuda 3D. It was back in 2020 December to 2021 July. It was not even an LLC, it was a proprietary company. It was just handled by one owner and a couple of engineers, I believe, and I was the third or fourth employee, being an intern. And there what we used to do is, we used to design custom 3D printers and assemble them there itself to ship out to different customers in India. And that's when I made multiple 3D printers for different customers all across India, majorly primary schools and some colleges. There, back in that company, we also had a service of 3D printing any accessories or any I would say partly mechanical components that require prototyping or fixing one thing. I remember one issue being, one of the clients or customers we had in that company had broken their tripod stand or something, and then I designed something and then I glued it using silicone glue or something. It was nice. It was really nice working there. And from then I kind of wanted to get a 3D printer, but I never really had privilege, enough money and enough space to put in. And more than that, it's not about money and space, it's about me moving every time. Being an international student, I was in South Carolina for 1 year, and then I went to North Carolina for internship, and then I came back to New Jersey for a new job. And right now I don't have a H1B visa. I don't know how long I'll be in this country. So it's kind of a commitmental issue where I want to buy something, but there's always this one thought in mind saying, hey, what happens if I'm moving next year to a whole different country? I can't take that 3D printer. I have to sell it off. And this mindset gets carried to literally every big purchase I want to make, unless it's a laptop or a drone, something that I can definitely carry. Anyways, but that's about it. I'll make a whole new vlog about this, if I decide to purchase a 3D printer, or if I finish printing all the accessories that I need at my home, and then I'll show you how I printed and then what are its uses and etc. But yeah, it's an interesting subject, coming from a mechanical background. The traditional manufacturing has always been the subtractive manufacturing, where you have a material and then you remove material. For example, if you want to make a block of this size, the traditional manufacturing says you have to take something slightly bigger and then cut it off and then achieve a certain surface finish and all of that. But additive manufacturing completely overrides this process, saying, hey, you don't need to waste material. From this, if we are making this, the material which was cut down, it's literally being wasted, or until it is utilized for other part which is which falls in within the dimension, or unless you recycle it, which is really expensive process. And additive manufacturing kind of impresses me in a way that you don't need to waste any material. It just comes in and then it just prints in layers. But except it doesn't have enough history as much as subtractive manufacturing, the traditional manufacturing, and hence it's still evolving. I'm really tempted by this Black Friday offer actually on the Bamboo Labs. The 3D printer is just $200, and then the filaments, even if I buy 4 or 5 filaments, it's just $100 additional dollars. So for $300 I have an in-house 3D printer where I can print anything I want. I can print gifts for my friends and family. I can play around with it. That's something I'm actually considering to get one, but let's see about that. Anyways, I just wanted to share this with you because I've always liked 3D printing, and today was the chance because I've printed a lot of things, and then even in office right now I'm printing few accessories for myself. Anyways, I'll probably end the vlog here because one of my friends is coming from New York, and me, my roommates, and the friend coming from New York has really good plans for tonight. So and sometimes I feel I don't need to take camera everywhere to record everything, but yeah, that's it for today's vlog, and I'll see you tomorrow in tomorrow's vlog. Bye.